Welcome to our final edition of BetterInformed for 2020. It's that time of year again when we look back at the trends we've seen over the last year and we try our best to make some predictions for the year to come. It has been a year like no other, and I suspect if I look back at my predictions from this time last year, I probably didn't get many of them right. So what are the trends we've seen this year? Well, the first trend we saw was a surge in demand globally for property. You know, people have spent time during lockdown looking at their four walls, thinking about this as a space they now teach in, they are working in, they're exercising in, and for many people that value they were placing in their home raised over that period of time. Now here in Dubai, that growth in demand also coupled with improved affordability factors such as prices at the lowest point since 2019, interest rates coming down and a cut in the mortgage cap. So all of that combined into an increase in transactions, which we had predicted, but not quite at this level. So we saw an increase in transaction in the secondary market at 9%. I'd said 20%, but with the year we had, I'll certainly take 9%. Secondly, we saw a big shift in the market towards villas. And villas have led the way. Villa transactions are at 22% year on year. Now, why is that? Well, again, it goes back to that emotional reaction to lockdown. People are looking at space, people are looking at office space, people are looking at outside space. So villas really has been where it's been at this year. Thirdly, we've seen a shift from off-plan into the secondary market. Again, that demand has been end-user led, which lends itself to the secondary market, of course. But really, there's just been a lack of new offerings in the off-plan market this year. If we look back into 2019, there was 144 new launches into the market, which really fed that off-plan market. This year, it's under 10. So, whilst there's a lot of supply going to hit the market in 2021, properties that were not delivered in 2020 that had been expected, we are expecting to see peak supply over this next 12 months. Number 4, property prices in Dubai. They bottomed out finally. They bottomed out in summer 2020, and since then we've seen prices, particularly in villas, increase, but across the board now, probably prices have shown signs of increasing slightly over the last quarter. And finally, in 2020, what happened in rentals? Well, rental prices in particular continued to come under pressure in 2020. Now, it really comes down to the fact that there's been a lot of apartments delivered over the last year or two. That's adding a lot of supply into the rental market, but also we saw a bit of a reduction in demand from renters post-lockdown, and that's due to, sadly, job losses and relocations of population out of Dubai in the wake of the pandemic. Now, that most importantly has put pressure onto yields, and it's that pressure on yields that I expect will continue to hold a bit of a ceiling to any price increases in the coming year before we see a rebound in the rental market. So, predictions for 2021. Always a brave person that wants to put their name to some predictions, but I think this year more than ever, but I will do my best, I will go for it. Number 1, I expect to see the improving regional relations here within the Middle East to continue in 2021. It's been extremely positive seeing the normalisation of relations between the UAE and Israel, and that will create lots and lots of business opportunities and property opportunities as we enter 2021, and we hope to see that normalisation, that improvement of relations spread throughout the Middle East in 2021. Number 2, I expect Dubai to become a net gainer both of population and of business in the wake of this pandemic. As I mentioned a moment ago, yes, population may have come down slightly post-lockdown with people losing their jobs, but Dubai has really given a name for itself on a global scale for the way it has dealt with and managed the pandemic, and we're expecting to see it really reap the rewards of that over this next 12 months. I know there will be investors and highly skilled workers right now looking at Dubai as a place, a destination to come in 2021. And thirdly, my final prediction, 2021 will be the year where Dubai trades up. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that we'll see more and more people in Dubai selling smaller properties and moving to bigger properties. Homeowners, investors know the best time to make that move is when property prices are at the bottom, and the difference between the price of small properties and big properties is at its lowest. And as I've just said, the bottom of the market is past, so it's time to make that move if you're thinking of doing so. As always, there is more information on our blog at www.betterhomes.com/blogs. But I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a happy and prosperous New Year, and there'll be more from me and the Betterhomes family in 2021. Thank you. Bye now.